Now, what you thought about his acting?
Oh God, seamless. He was perfect.
He was good.
Perfect. The scene where he was walking up the hill and punching the air.
Hey people, what's up?
Hi guys, what's up?
I am Maria.
And I am Shanice.
And this is our podcast,
Cinema Chicks. I just want you guys to know that every time before we start recording episodes, Maria has a routine that cracks me up, and she hates when I laugh right before she starts recording. And I thought it was so hilarious. I just want you guys to know.
Guys, I have to do my ritual all over now. Alright guys, today we're talking about the Netflix original, Malcolm and Marie. A lot of you guys, when you saw that we're going to do this, said that you're interested. So when you listen, leave a comment.
Yes, please.
Keep the conversation going with us. Let us know what you thought about the movie as well.
Just say something. Comment.
And guys, like, share, subscribe, all of that. Follow us on Instagram.
All the fun stuff.
Alright, so what is this movie about? First of all, it's starring Zendaya and John David Washington, who is Denzel Washington's son.
Yes.
I knew that before I watched the show, and so I had high expectations for him.
Did you watch Tenet?
No.
He was the star of that show as well.
Okay.
I think it was a popular movie this year or last year. But yeah, Denzel Washington's son. What did you think about his acting? Do you feel like he's getting roles based on...
Well, I don't know. Don't ask me that because I don't know. I haven't seen him in another role.
Oh, but what did you think about this role?
I thought he did well.
I think so too. All right, but tell us what the movie is about.
All right, so the movie is about a couple who has just come home from a movie premiere. The couple is Malcolm and Marie.
Right.
And the movie happens to be Malcolm's movie. I don't know if he was the director or the producer or both, but it's his movie. It premiered. They're all dressed up. He's in his suit. She's in her beautiful gown.
It was, what was it, purple?
We don't know the color.
Oh yeah, it was in black and white. My mind just told me
pictured gold.
My mind told me purple.
I pictured gold. Interesting.
Why?
Interesting.
Why?
The fact that we're not seeing any color but we assume one.
Yeah. That's true.
Mine was a brownish gold. That's what I was thinking. Anyhow, they come home from the movie premiere. He's all excited because he got a lot of good feedback. And he's dancing around, playing this music, having fun. And Zendaya face makeup.
Yeah.
The movie is in black and white.
Yes.
And the movie is only at this house. It's set at this house that they come home to. And that's where they are for the entire movie. And Malcolm and Marie are the only two people that we're seeing for the entire movie. To me, it gave me like a playwright type of vibe. It felt like I could have been sitting in a theater and seeing it play out on stage. But it was in a good way.
Yeah, definitely. I 100% agree with you. It felt like a Broadway, but Broadway is more musical shows. But it felt like you were watching a play that was well written and well scripted, and you saw all the rooms and the two people were just playing their roles. It was
good. I enjoyed it. I mean, hold on there, wait. I thought the movie was good. What did you think of their relationship overall?
Overall, I definitely, and anybody who disagree with me, I'm squinting at you. They are very toxic.
Definitely.
Toxic. The way they speak to each other. it just is, there's nothing healthy about it. All the way to the end of the movie, there was nothing healthy about their relationship.
Nothing. And why do we say this? They were arguing the whole time.
The whole time, going in circles.
The whole movie was their argument.
Yes.
It started with Zendaya. We thought the argument was about the fact that Malcolm did not thank Marie in his speech on the night.
Can I stop you right there?
Go ahead.
Because I think the whole argument, all the way to the end of the movie,
Okay.
the point of it was Marie saying, just say thanks to me, Malcolm. That's all I want you to say, Malcolm. Say thanks. And she made that very clear from the beginning. First of all, he knew, she didn't even have to say it. He knew why she was angry, which is why he kept on apologizing. But he never gave her what she wanted. He just kept on apologizing.
You want to hear what I think?
What do you think?
I feel like that was the tip of the iceberg, because a lot of the things that she was saying to him throughout the night, it was like she was reminiscing on the pain she felt throughout their relationship, and it's like she just letting it go on him now. You never casted me. This movie is about me. You don't ever give me credit in this relationship. You don't this, you don't that. And so for me, it was like she's realizing how she feels in the relationship overall. And this was the thing that clicked to her and made her realize, oh my gosh, this is who I'm with. And then she started thinking about all the things that have happened before, and she just can't let it go. Because even when there were lulls in their argument, she would always come back to it. Even when they're laughing for the few moments or about to, have sex or whatever it is, he steps away for a moment and her smile immediately disappears.
Yes, but the only reason, alright, I agree with you to some extent, but I still maintain that that is the crux of why the whole argument went on. She is saying that him never cast her, and him don't want to admit that she was the main inspiration for his movie. All she wants is for him to thank her for coming into his life, thank her for being there all the while he was making this movie, thank her for making him this great person that he is now, thank her for her story that he took from to make the movie. So she's bringing up points of, I've done this, I've put up with this, I've da-da-da-da. And he still couldn't say thanks. You went on stage before everybody. This is your chance to publicly thank me. I've been helping you behind the scenes this whole time. You had a chance to thank me publicly and you didn't. Now we're here in the privacy of our home. And I'm still just asking you, even if you didn't do it publicly, thank me now, Malcolm. Malcolm didn't get it, so she kept on bringing up points, and it kept on going around in a circle because he just was never thanking her. He apologized. She was happy, and then she got back sad again because he still never thank her. Him tell her him love her.
I think the fact that he did not thank her was just what made her realize how unappreciated she is in the relationship, and I think that is why she was angry. It stems from the fact that he didn't thank her, but it really is about the lack of appreciation that he has for her.
Well, I will agree with you again, because in essence, him showing her gratitude will show that he appreciated her.
Okay.
So, yes.
Fair enough.
On the flip side, Malcolm's point of view now. I feel like Malcolm also had issues that he wanted addressed in the whole argument. In that he kind of felt like she was not giving him enough credit as a great director. because she was basically just saying, you took my life story and basically pasted it onto the screen. And he's saying, no, I didn't. But she vexed because she see the same drug addict, she see the same age, going through the same problems, and she's just like, no, yes, you took my story. And he's like, no, it's not that simple. It's not just simply me seeing you, finding you, and taking your story and putting it on the screen. There's way more to it. Creating a great film like that and putting it on screen, there's way more to it than just seeing somebody and taking them story. And then him start, of course, throwing his jabs with the other girls, how this girl, the way she tie her shoelace was where him get that from, and the way how this girl walk is where him get that from, and the girl we meet in the heart-shaped bathtub and whatever. Him take things from other girls, basically, him saying.
Yes.
It's an artistic process. You're not the only person involved. And I feel like he wanted her to acknowledge how good he was at his job.
I agree with you on that completely, but what I wanted to say about Malcolm is his delivery was extremely
perfect.
I'm not talking about his delivery as an actor. I'm not talking about Washington.
Okay.
I'm talking about Malcolm.
Malcolm.
His delivery when he's speaking to Marie, very, 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 I'm going to use the word disgusting.
I agree.
To speak to a woman in the way that he did, and then at the end of it to say that I just really love you and all I want to do is love you. I cannot take what you say. I cannot hear you say what you said to me right before and then tell me that you love me and you just want to love me and believe you.
Yeah.
You love somebody and you're gonna say them things there to them.
But she was just as bad. She
Maybe I'm
said
biased.
mean things. She said mean things to him as well. She called his work mediocre.
Yeah.
And said that he would never be as great as Spike Lee and those other guys. So, I mean, she jabbed him where she knew it would hurt. And he did the same to her.
Although his delivery was not good at all, he had valid points.
Yes.
And I took them.
Yes, but same with her. Her delivery wasn't perfect either. But she made her points known. And I feel like as females, both of us, we would obviously see her point of view. Probably more than even Malcolm's.
Yeah.
Because we have those same frustrations.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the delivery, obviously, would
Right.
have to be a lot more, you know.
Right. So because you asked me earlier about delivery and you thought I was talking about Washington now, what you thought about his acting?
Oh, God. Seamless. He was perfect.
He was good.
Perfect. The scene where he was walking up the hill and punching the air. Perfect. The scene where he was talking about the white journalist.
Yeah.
I laughed so much. I literally had to pause the TV because I was laughing so hard. Perfect.
The movie, the acting, it felt very intimate. It was really like I was watching somebody man and woman business play out on my screen.
Basically.
Like, this feel like a real couple coming home from them relationship, from the movie premiere. The real couple coming home from whatever outing and them tired and them, you know, you just want to go to your bed but you have to make this mac and cheese because you're hungry. And then you just, you know, you're arguing. Sometimes arguments last till the morning.
Yeah.
For real.
And they go around in circles same way.
And I go around too. Yeah. So it felt like,
it felt like a real argument.
Yes.
Even the part when she done make the mac and cheese and him sitting down there eating and she's like, you know what, Malcolm? I would appreciate if you wouldn't sit there eating mac and cheese. Why do you tell me? I don't remember what you said to her.
Sometimes in an argument and sometimes you don't even know what you say. You just anything. I'm meaty the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
You know, you just piss or you just say anything.
Just pull for whatever. Yeah.
So that was good. Did you think Zendaya could compare? This is the first time we're seeing her, or for me, it's the first time I'm seeing her in a mature role. She was in The Greatest Showman with Zac Efron. But I feel like whatever they were trying to do there wasn't working out. I didn't see a love connection. It didn't feel like it was really not. But
true.
So this is the first time now we're seeing
she
her
was in
as a
Euphoria.
mature. Didn't watch that.
Yeah, I never watched that either. What did you think about her acting and her character? Did you think she pulled it off?
I think she did well, but I wouldn't rave about her performance. But I think she did well enough for me to say, yes, this works.
You know what I thought was funny when I was actually watching the movie? Is him talking about critics and how critics critique.
Yes!
And I was thinking, when I go to do this episode...
We're critiques!
What? Am I going to do a good job of it?
Are we Karens? You notice that they use the word they called the white critic Karen.
Yeah.
You noticed that, right?
Of course.
Okay, just wanted to say.
But Zendaya, I feel like Zendaya did a good job with it. I'm not complaining about her. I actually don't know Zendaya in any capacity as an actor.
Oh, that's why. I think I was probably thwarted. She was on Disney. So whenever I see her, I always remember that. So I'm watching her now and it felt like this girl was on Disney.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me to take my mind out of that. Yeah. But I think that's why I'm feeling 50-50 on it.
So you had a tainted...
I was tainted because I've seen it. So, but I think it worked.
I think she did a good job. The part where she did go for the knife and come in front of him and start tell him say she fucking friends and
yes, and she
tapping the knife on the floor and asking him where the drugs are. I was like, this is terrible acting. Like I said it out loud. I was like, why this at that part of the show? I was like, this don't look like good acting. But then I kind of pick up and I say, oh, she's acting like she's acting.
But I don't think that's an excuse then, because you were supposed to feel like it was real.
Yeah, but it's not that I never feel like it was real. I just felt like it was acting. And I feel like you actually have to be a good actor to act like you're acting and it come across as acting.
For it to have been successful, you would have had to think, geez, I'm really doing all them things there. Like, not conscious of the fact that she's acting. Then I would have said bravo.
No. Here's why I say that. Because throughout the show, I never felt like she was acting. Throughout the show, as I say, I felt like you were watching man and woman business. True. When it reached to that point, I was like, why it change? Why her acting suddenly change? And now I'm seeing the acting that is happening on the screen.
What it was is just that a significant switch. Because the whole movie up to that point, we're of the understanding that she's a recovered person, that she's not dabbling in whatever addiction she had before, and that she's clean. And then for her, and we never thought throughout the movie before that point that she had any relapse or that she was relapsing at the time. We believed that she was clean and we believed that she was, doing better. So to just make the switch out of nowhere, we never saw any signs before, we never see her go around the corner and do a little sniff, we never see her hiding any bottles, whatever it was, we never saw any of that. So for her to just come out now with a knife and to just
we actually did see her go into the bathroom, look in the medicine cabinet for a while, close it back, go into the kitchen, take up the knife, go over to him, and then ask him for the drugs.
Never recall that.
She said that she's never been fully recovered.
No, but that would have been a part of the same scene.
Yes.
Where she's pulling out the knife. So I'm saying before that, so doing that was a significant switch from what we were used to from her before that scene.
But all that time leading up to the point where she goes over to him, it still feels natural. I'm not seeing the acting until she gets in front of him. Then it's like, okay, she suddenly turned into a terrible actor. I don't know what's happening. And then she goes back into character. So it's like she breaks character, shows her acting, makes you feel like, why does this feel like acting? And then goes back into character and you feel completely natural again. It doesn't feel like she's a bad actor anymore. I feel like she did a very good job. Actually, I think the whole thing was good for me.
All right. What I want to say as well, just on another note, I thought that the placement of each song in the movie and the choice of song was very good.
They were the ones playing the songs.
I know, but they whoever did the movie put those songs. They chose specific songs for the kind of feel that you wanted to get. The song that Zendaya played when they were sitting outside, they
were talking to each other through the songs.
That's my point. One thing that I wanted to point out too is that when Malcolm, I think earlier on, was saying that the star of the movie thought that Marie didn't like her or something because he said that Marie has this great personality and she's like outgoing and all of that. I thought it was interesting that they kind of put in her personality in few moments, like when they were first talking about the Karen, and she was kind of like mocking her and making jokes. We got to see her personality in those parts, and then because the fact that she's upset, she's angry, and they're having this argument, it was overshadowed. But they explained that this is not the kind of person she is. She's a more lively person. She's fun. She's outgoing. And then we're seeing the other side to her. True.
That's actually a good point. I really appreciate that point because it never crossed my mind, to be honest. But now that you say it, that's very true. Because we're seeing Marie as this toxic girl who went through addiction and whatever. But they explained to us in the beginning, as you say, that she is lively and she is basically a fun, happy, loving person, and Malcolm just gets the worst out of her, as do most.
That's not
significant. Your significant other is the only person who can probably get the worst out of you.
The worst and the best.
The worst and the best. There was one theme that I felt like was kind of clear on the face of the show, was that everything was going around in circles. At the beginning of the show, we see Marie standing at the door smoking her cigarettes, and Malcolm is walking in circles around the house, and the camera would follow him back and forth, which I think was like a foreshadowing of how we're going to keep going back and forth tonight in this show, in this movie.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, and then also there is a scene where they're in the room and Malcolm comes in and he's cussing Marie off, and she says, "I need you to leave the room right now." And him just stand up there cussing her same way, and she walk out the room angry, walk around the house, come back. She reached somewhere, you're like, where is she? By the time the scene done, you realize she's in the room again, the same room that she just walked out of. And I'm like, you just tell him that you need him to leave the room. You leave the room, you go around the house, you come right back to the room.
It was a good one.
They're just going around in circles.
Well, yeah.
I feel like the movie was just trying to indicate to us that this not going nowhere. We're going around in circles. No point is being made. We're going around in circles. Until we finally get to the last scene where I feel like they both finally, after the long night of arguing and making up and arguing and almost having sex and arguing and being all right, being chill, enjoying each other's company and arguing again, they finally understood what each other wanted and gave it to each other, because he finally said thanks at the end of the night.
What did she give him?
She acknowledged that he was a good director and basically spelled out to him that, Malcolm, just say thank you. She said, thanks for this, thanks, like, tell me thanks. Him never say it in that moment. Him just tell her that him love her. And then when they were going to bed, lying down, movie coming to an end now, him say, thank you.
And that is where they should have ended it.
Yes, I think so too. But there was a little bit more after that. I think they were showing us his neediness, how much he need her. Because she had made that point in the movie that he's not, he doesn't get jealous, but he's needy. And
I feel like after the long conversation overnight and all of that, we did not need to see any further interaction after the resolution. To me, him walking outside, waking up and her not being there, and then walking outside to her where she was around the back and we see them through the little window, to me that just signified that like it's going to keep happening.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
This is gonna happen.
It's not gonna stop.
And
she's gonna keep on walking away. She's gonna keep threatening to leave because she just.
So that's why I say that it's a toxic relationship.
Definitely. But remember, she has mental issues, you know.
Does she?
Mental health. She was saying that she suffered from depression and those things because she did try to slice her wrist with the scissors and whatever. So she kind of suffers from depression. And I feel like, well, we don't know what she suffered. Did she say depression? It could be bipolar, you know. Because 1 minute she up, next minute she down. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I don't think she was ever really up. I think in the moments where there were lulls and they were quote unquote up, I don't think she was really up. I think she was just trying to be okay for him. I don't think she wanted to ruin his night.
No, I don't think so either.
She just could not get her feelings out of the way. Like she couldn't disregard them. But I think in those lull moments, she was just trying to be okay for him, trying not to completely ruin his night. But she really was not up.
I agree with you. That last scene, as you say, I feel like that really signified that it's going to happen. Like it's not, the argument is not done. I feel like it also shows them not gonna last. She gonna leave. Them gonna break up. She gonna leave. Them love each other, but they're not good for each other. They're not gonna end up together.
They're not good for each other. They're not. They should not be together.
Even at one point in the movie, he's like, I want to marry you right now so that we can get divorced and get married.
Let's
just
start now because we know we're gonna get married and divorced over and over again. Yeah.
They're so freaking toxic. These people. They're so toxic, and they're so okay with being toxic. Yeah. So you guys can tell us what you thought, because obviously we couldn't hit every single point, and I know for a fact that I probably missed a point that somebody wanted me to make. And if you wanted me to make that point, go ahead and make it down in the comments and we can have that discussion there.
Yes. Guys, I wanted to say as well, if you're listening on another platform, please go back to our Instagram and send us a message so that we can know, because we can't keep track of who is viewing or listening on the other platforms apart from YouTube. So let us know if you're listening on our other platforms. Leave a comment on our DMs.
Right, and let us know which platform.
Yes.
Go ahead and like the video if you liked what we had to say. Share it with your friends. And subscribe. Hit the notification bell to know every time we drop a video.
Thanks for listening, guys.
We love you. Bye.
See you next time.